And that's another thing. I think a lot of people can feel it right now. Something is changing. The pace of life feels different now. People are thinking differently, they're spending differently, and they're worrying differently. There's this feeling underneath everything, like the world is speeding up while people are still catching their breath. Technology keeps moving. The economy keeps shifting. People don't trust things the way they used to. And everybody's reacting to something. And I think moments like this force people to confront a difficult truth. You cannot live casually during serious times. That doesn't mean that you panic. It doesn't mean becoming paranoid. It just means there's a point where a person has to stop floating through life half awake. Because pressure changes things. I mean, it's interesting. Most people never think about the foundation of their house while the weather is beautiful. The sun is out, the sky is clear, everything feels fine. But let the storm come, and suddenly cracks start to matter. Weak spots matter. Things people ignored for years suddenly matter very quickly. You see, pressure reveals things, not only financially, but mentally, physically, emotionally, and your relationships. That's why I think many people are being pushed into a season right now to where they need to tighten up a few things. And that's all of us. I mean, nobody has to be perfect, but you need to be intentional. I think it starts with the mind first, because the mind quietly controls your direction. And I've noticed over the years, people become whatever they sit around long enough. You sit around angry people long enough, you become more angry. You sit around fearful people long enough, you become more fearful. Now, if you sit around disciplined people long enough, you begin to change too. Human beings absorb their environment quietly. That's why protecting your mind matters now more than ever. Because there's noise everywhere now. Everybody's outraged, distracted. Everyone's consuming endless information all day long. And after a while, people start to lose their ability to think clearly. And you can see it. Most people are mentally exhausted before the day even starts. Especially if you're watching the news. I mean, it's a lot going on. And exhausted minds usually make emotional decisions. And that's dangerous during uncertain times. Someone once told me that water becomes clear when it becomes still. And I think the human mind works like that as well. A constantly disturbed mind struggles to see clearly. That's why peace has become more valuable now than ever. Being ignorant is out the door now, or pretending like problems don't exist. Just learning how to remain steady while the world becomes noisy. And then eventually you realize that your health matters. And I don't mean from I need to look really good. I mean from necessity, because energy affects everything. It affects your patience, your focus, your ability to handle stress, your ability to lead your family, and your ability to keep going when life gets heavy. And life eventually gets heavy for everybody, especially now. Or at least for this generation. Either way, but that's part of being human. It's interesting how many people spend years taking care of everything else except for themselves. The job gets their attention, the bills get their attention, and all these other responsibilities and everybody else's needs. Meanwhile, their sleep gets worse, their stress gets worse, their body starts wearing down quietly. And because it happens gradually, people adapt to feeling exhausted. That's not good. And like I said, I'm no stranger to this. I am no stranger to this. We forget what feeling strong even feels like. Then one day the body forces the conversation. And usually by then, people wish they would have paid attention earlier. Because life whispers before it screams. And your money also starts looking differently too, when things are not going according to plan. I think many people were taught to chase appearances before stability. Look successful, dress successful, post successful, Instagram, Facebook. Meanwhile, privately living under constant pressure. That's exhausting. Because appearances might impress strangers briefly, but stability changes how you sleep at night. And maybe this is one of those seasons where people start really simplifying things. Less waste, less emotional spending, less trying to keep up with people who are struggling too. Not because ambition is wrong. I mean, we all got ambition. We all want to look some type of way. We all want to feel some type of way, and you can do that, but you don't got to break the bank. Like, look at the squirrels. You see how they start gathering their nuts long before winter arrives? Not because they're worried, because nature understands something that humans sometimes forget. Difficult seasons eventually come, and I think many people are beginning to understand that. Living completely unprepared creates unnecessary suffering. Not only financially, but emotionally too, especially when it comes to relationships, because pressure reveals people quickly. Some people calm your spirit, others drain it constantly. Some people help you think clearly. Others bring confusion every time they enter the room. I have a book coming out called The Apex Mindset. One of the chapters that are in there is called The 5 Toxic People. And we talk about some of those type of people. And when it comes to relationships, hard seasons magnify that difference. But they also reveal who's willing to help you and rebuild afterward. That's life. I think many people eventually realize the quality of their relationships affect the quality of their life more than money ever will, because human beings are deeply affected by who surrounds them. Calm spreads too, as well as strength and discipline. That's why environment matters. Every generation experiences moments where the future feels uncertain. That's normal. History moves in cycles. Strong economies, weak economies, easy years, hard years. But one thing history also shows is human beings are remarkably resilient once they become focused again. People adapt, people rebuild, recover. We grow stronger through difficult seasons all the time. And maybe that's where many of us are right now. Maybe this is one of those moments where life is quietly forcing people to reevaluate things, their habits, health, their spending, their relationships, their direction. Like I said, I'm not talking about looking at this, from the lens of fear, because eventually life asks everybody the same questions. What have you really been building underneath your life all these years? And that's what I mean by getting serious. You don't have to walk around like a monster. You don't have to walk around mad dogging everybody and being cold, or becoming obsessed with money, or panicking and being scared all the time. Just becoming more intentional about everything you're doing and building stability internally, more discipline mentally. You become harder to break when pressure arrives, because storms eventually visit everybody. Whether that's financial, health, emotional, relationships, or whatever. And life becomes very different once a person stops assuming easy seasons will last forever and starts building a life capable of standing through difficult ones too. Anyways, perform or perish.